Live from Pacific Junction Hotel, Girth Radio.
So all those like ubiquitous signs, they're all over Ontario. I mean, the ones that I do are specifically in Toronto, but like I'm sure all over North America there are these signs in different cities, and I know in the UK they have them too. I think it was like a big push in the 70s. The Toronto ones definitely came in the 70s, where there's this big push for like community involvement and like surveillance almost. But
we had
it was
block parents there.
yeah,
for a while
block
too.
parents, right? But they discontinued that because of pedos or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. That was kind of a creepy thing.
It was a very creepy thing, and they went away. It's kind of like you see those signs, like their signs are still around, but no one really knows what that is. Like at least for my whole life, like it's never been like a real thing. Like those signs are everywhere, but you always like, is this even real? Like what is this? Like no one, it's this weird sort of like ambiguous sort of thing. No one really knows.
It's a covert.
Yeah, but then it's funny. It turns out. Oh, right. Sorry, I got sidetracked. So, anyways, I glue pictures of Sierra.
You can go back.
I glue pictures.
You can stay with it. You can,
No, I'll ramble. I'll rant. I glue pictures of superheroes and do-gooders and like what's the other one? Crime fighters.
Pop culture icons.
Yeah, pop culture icons onto these signs because the signs have two pigments, like black and red pigment. For whatever reason. The red pigment tends to fade over time, and so a lot of these, like the red pigment is these three sort of anthropomorphic houses, these houses with eyes in them. They fade away to nothing, so they're not there. So it leaves this perfect little square, and it's like asking for you to put something in it. So I go around the city, and people send me the locations of them, ones that have faded to blank, and I put a picture of like Batman or Wolverine or
RoboCop.
Well, yeah, there's probably like 110, 115 of them, but a lot of them. Well, I think about like at least a dozen when they're gone. Like I don't know if the city's taking them down or if people are taking them. I saw one photo on Instagram that someone alerted me to, which makes me so happy that someone's got one in their living room.
Oh,
the
sign itself.
Yeah, I guess they got up on a ladder and took it down.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Tanuki Suit Mario one is in someone's living room. So
that's a classic.
It is a classic.
Yeah.
Love that.
I guess, is this project ongoing, or is it to have a beginning? Because you just talked about the beginning now. Does it have an end, or?
No, I didn't think I would keep doing it, but I guess due to popular demand, I'll keep doing it. Yeah.
That popular demand gets you every time.
No, it really does. Last summer, I didn't do that many. I probably did only 15 or it was like 10 or 15 last summer. But this summer, I'm going to go balls out and do a lot more.
Okay. Because, like we said, it's a lot of it like Spider-Man, Flash, Wonder Twins, a lot of like 80s, 90s icons.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the criteria. It's all stuff from my childhood. And some of it somewhat overlapping into like, I guess you would say like late generation X into like, I guess I'm an early millennial, but into, later millennials and stuff like that. It's really like, I don't know, it's this criteria thing. If it's modern, I won't do it. But if it's got to be distinctly this memory thing of safety and being secure. Like I don't know why that's part of it, but it definitely is. And seeing the signs like as a kid and being like what is that's not a it's not a real thing. It plays into this like, I don't know if it's like a false sense of security or whatever it is, but it's got to be this childhood memory thing.
It kind of actually fits too, because you talk about the sign itself being like faded away, so it's been there for like a couple of good decades or longer,
some of them
right?
Some of them have, and there's different ones. The graphic design is different too. Sorry to interrupt you. But you can tell there's variations of it too, where the font changes a little bit. They're rare, but you do see them.
What you're doing is what nostalgia does best, which is you refocus away from the present back to like.
Yeah.
You walk by and you don't notice those signs at all.
Yeah, they really do fade into the background. You really don't notice them. I mean, why would you?
Yeah.
But oddly, well, I don't know if it's oddly or I don't know if it's not a coincidence at all. I got a tweet from the woman who headed the organization that managed, I guess you would say, the Neighborhood Watch program, and they got their funding cut, I think, 2 years ago. So it was called Crime Prevention Ontario, and they were I think it got funding from the city, and I think under last year Rob Ford, they cut their funding. Crime Prevention Ontario. Wow. I'm pretty sure that was the organization's name anyways, and I got a tweet about it.
So we're left really with RoboCop and Spider-Man and like That's our safety now.
Yeah, maybe.
Growing up then, based on all these icons and images, I guess you consumed a lot of this TV and comic books, and is that where...
You know what? There's definitely some of them that I consumed a lot of, but I think people think that I'm sort of like the comic book guy or something.
Like a nerd.
Yeah, I'm the nerdiest guy you've ever seen, but I like a lot of that stuff is actually completely meaningless to me. Like quite a few, like Wonder Twins, for example. I really have no idea what the like I know it because of references. It's weird. Wonder Twins activate in the power of. You put the rings together and you turn into something.
Yeah.
Or one of them turns into something, and the other one.
Now you're making me work.
Does something else.
Yeah.
Quiz time. I was hoping you would do that. Give me a quiz on all this stuff. And they have some weird monkey dog that follows them around or something.
Oh yeah, what was his name? He was also purple
Snarf?
too.
No, Snarf was the
He-Man.
Thundercats guy.
Or
that's right. He-Man.
No.
Thundercats?
Snarf was
yes.
Thundercats. Yeah.
Yes, Snarf. And what was He-Man's?
He had
Orko?
Yeah, that was a little floating wizard
kind
of creature.
Yes, for some reason I thought that like I was that guy.
Mm-hmm.
I watched He-Man a lot when I was a kid. I had a sleeping bag.
Yeah.
I had a He-Man sleeping bag for a long time too. That was cool. I wish I still had that. I still have Star Wars sheets. I think that's cool for a single bed.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
You get good sleeps on the Star Wars?
I don't use them because they're for a single bed.
Yeah.
I moved up to a queen size,
Oh,
so
look at
I
you.
can't. Yeah, I know. I'm
Progress.
living the life of an artist. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm successful.
Yeah.
Um,
So what other than action figures or things did you consume then that do have meaning for you?
Oh man, I think like I didn't do Star Wars, of course. I think like everyone, a lot of people really were big on Star Wars. I was big into Star Trek. Like we watched so much Next Generation, it's crazy, and that was an interesting thing too because my whole family would watch that together. Like my sister and my parents, we'd all watch the Next Generation for some. That was like a thing. I distinctly remember like eating spaghetti and watching that like in front of the TV.
Like a good day, though.
It is. It's great. That's like a really, what do you call it? Nuclear family kind of thing to do. But
did you guys ever wander into the original Captain Kirk and stuff?
I did watch that. It's weird, like it's always associated to like the memory to a place. I watched that at my grandma's house in Rexdale for some reason. I remember I would have to go to her house and mow her lawn like once a week when I was like an early teenager, like not teenage enough to be like, I'm not doing this anymore, Mom. Like, but like I guess like 11 to 13 or something. I was always going to her house to mow the lawn, and I would watch Star Trek and Whose Line Is It Anyways? When Clive Barker, the host, not before Drew Carey was hosting it, like the old one or whatever. But that and Star Trek with Kirk and Spock and all that.
Yeah, nice. Do you have any other nerd leanings?
The other huge one in there is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay,
that
you've done that one as
huge.
well.
Yeah. That was one of the first 20 or first 30.
Yeah.
People love that one. But oddly enough though, I used the
movie.
Christy Swanson, I think it's her name.
Yeah.
I used that one. Like I've seen that movie when I was a kid and everything, but the TV show meant way more to me. But it's just like it's a more iconic photo, I like that a lot more or whatever. I scoured for something with Sarah Michelle Gellar and maybe the whole like, what do you call it, Scooby Gang or whatever.
Yeah.
But I couldn't find anything good. Like that Christy Swanson photo is so good. But I photoshopped out Luke Perry in the back. If you see like in the, it's weird. There's this weird thing about it. I don't like Luke Perry in the back. The way, I don't know, there's this weird like sexual overture to it. The way like Luke Perry's got his hand on Christy Swanson's waist.
You're talking about the movie poster, right?
Yeah, the movie poster and the movie cover, and there's something about it that seems like an afterthought. Or that it looks like he's on there to be like, don't worry, there's a guy in this movie or something like that. it's I don't know, it's weird. Look at it and tell me if I'm crazy.
I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years.
Yeah, who else is in that? I think Paul Rubin, Pee-wee is in that. Paul Rubens.
Oh wow!
I think he's in that. He's one of the bad vampires.
That would actually be a pretty good vampire.
He would be. Yeah, Paul Rubens. That was a big thing too, Pee-wee. I would watch Pee-wee a lot.
It's coming back.
Is it?
Yeah.
With him?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he's working on a movie or maybe a TV show for Netflix. There's a couple of things kind of.
They're bringing everything back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So it's that nostalgia again, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's like a double-edged sword. I don't know. I love that, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, are we out of ideas? Like, are we done?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, from the movie perspective or Netflix perspective, they're a profit business, right? So it's not even a matter of new ideas. It's just they know that
they know it works. It's a
right?
formula. It works. It's like I don't know if I should be afraid of this or not. Like the Star Wars movie, I did like it. I will give it 4 out of 5 bags of popcorn. I really did like it.
Yeah.
It's great. The plot was kind of stupid. We're like, spoiler alert, turn off the thing now.
Yeah.
Like they blow up another Death Star. Give me a break. Like, come on. But whatever, I don't care. All the familial
engineered
stuff.
to taste good. It's like McDonald's.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. They don't want you to. Yeah. You know what's good. But all those. What I mean is all those new spin-offs, like the Rogue One. There's origin stories. Han Solo. Like I don't know. I don't want. I hope it doesn't get
too cheesy.
Totally dragged through the,
Because there's also
mud.
a certain point too where like you don't want to necessarily always go back. Like we don't really need the Han Solo storyline. You know what I mean?
Really. It might be better, that we don't know.
Yeah. Just this cranky old dude and just like smuggler.
Yeah, I'm perfectly happy him showing up and what does he say when he comes in? It's like, hello, I'm Han Solo, Captain of the Millennium Falcon. He kind of sits down like uneasily. I don't know, so funny.
You don't need like 20 minutes on the origin of the vest, right? So
no, absolutely not.
So what is the actual process then? How do you get the once you've selected your nerd icon or your do-gooder?
Yeah.
How do you get it stuck up on the sign?
Oh man, it's so low tech. It's ridiculous. I tried making this. Okay, so I climb up on a ladder, which I pull behind my bike. It's this rickety thing, and that's part of that too. I think it looks like really kind of like clown car-ish. Like I'm pulling this bike, I'm pulling this ladder on my bike. It's rickety and it's really loud.
Yeah.
And it kind of turned heads, which I guess is like not what you want to do, but it's kind of become part of it, part of
That's
the routine.
That's almost the opposite of graffiti in a way.
Yeah, totally. But I don't know. So I do it on Sunday mornings, which again, maybe is the opposite thing, but no one's up in the morning. It's this weird at that. What
Sunday's
do you call
a
that?
brunch day.
Yeah, that matutinal time of day or twilight and what's the opposite of twilight? Dawn and dusk. Twilight.
Dawn, dusk.
Whatever.
Yeah. Pre-dawn.
Yep. No one's around then. It's the streets are totally empty or whatever when the crack of dawn. So that's when I do it. I climb up on a ladder and glue a picture to the sign.
That's it. That's how the magic happens.
That's how the magic happens.
Yeah.
Did you expect it to be like more high tech or something?
No, I was just curious what the format is. Right?
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, no.
Shepherd Ferry started the same way, just like literally gluing stickers.
Oh yeah.
Right. Just getting.
Yeah, I got stickers coming this summer. I got a bunch of neighborhood-wise stickers printed. Yeah, I mean, when I first started doing it, I was like really, I still am super cheap about it, right? Like I don't make any money. Actually, hold on. I got 250 bones rolling in from a publication in Montreal. They were like, hey, we want some high-res photos. Like, do you have any? We'll give you $250. I'm like, oh, fuck, yeah. No one else did that. They just took the photos and ran, which is totally fine. Like, I mean, it's public once it's on the internet. It's public domain, I guess.
That could probably buy you Star Trek bed sheets.
Oh, big time. Yeah. Queen size Star Wars. Complete the set. I don't have Return of the Jedi. I have New Hope and Empire Strikes Back sheets, but I don't have Jedi. I've seen them. My friend Anthony had them, motherfucker. But yeah, I mean, I had no idea what I was doing when I first started. I used like my bubble jet printer, and I glued the first one up, which was a splash page. I think it was like a collage thing of a bunch of different superheroes, and it faded in like days. I had no idea what I was doing. And I also found that like actual wheat paste, like just like wheat or flour, water, and like sugar, some people had, like did not work that well on like a brushed aluminum sign. So I used like a synthetic thing. But
what was your goal then when you started? Was it just for the sake of fun or creativity or?
I just thought it was really funny. Like I thought it was a funny thing to do. Like at the time, I was trying to, I was actively walking around, trying to think of ideas of things to do, like to somehow alter the streetscape or whatever, or change something that was already there. Like the first thing I ever did was when I lived in my old apartment, I walked inside one day and a sidewalk slab was missing from the street, and underneath it was a lot of cigarette butts. and perfect like white yellow sand. It was so pristine, like the sand besides all the cigarette butts, that I like instantly thought it looked like a Zen garden, like a sand garden.
Oh, yeah.
So I got a rake, or like it was like a broom without bristles, but it sort of looked like a rake, like it had like claws on the end or whatever. So I leaned that up next to it, and I picked up all the cigarette butts, and I put a couple bricks in it, and then raked some patterns in the sand, and then it was like this instant like Zen garden thing, and it looked so fucking good. And I sat across the street and watched for a while, and everyone walked by and was like, "Oh, look at that! Isn't that fun?" And some people were actually using the rake and stuff, and that was great. So like after I kind of did that on a whim, I sort of like, oh, like maybe I should do this kind of thing. And like this was only like 3 years ago. Like I had seen like what that fucking movie that everyone hates, Exit Through the Gift Shop.
Oh,
I had seen I had seen that like maybe a year prior to this or something like that. And I'm like, oh shit, like maybe I should do this kind of stuff or whatever. And then I would actively look for things to change like that. But it wasn't like painting on a wall. It was like had to be something that was already there that kind of looked sort of off or whatever.
It's almost part of the city in a way.
Yeah, completely. I thought this was something that was fairly unique, but it turns out it's not fucking unique at all. This was like before I had Instagram, or like I really like use the internet to like explore the world. Anyways, especially there's this French guy named Oak, and he's like the king of I don't even know if it's a guy actually, it's a French person. And he does the exact same thing. It's like sort of altering stuff that's already there, and sort of like I don't know, like whimsical or like cutesy kind of stuff. Like, but that's kind of how it comes across. So whatever.
And is it part of the appeal of altering the city? Is it because it's Toronto? Like, does Toronto inspire you as a city?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up here. Like, I grew up in Etobicoke and all that. I really do like it. Like, yeah, I mean, you can find inspiration in any city or anywhere, but I mean, a city's so concentrated. I think, yeah, I mean, a large part of it too is I kind of feel like I said to you when I came in, I used to work around the corner from here. A huge influence on me was working at this place called Cup of Coffee Animation, where they did like stop motion animation stuff. I worked there, and it was the first time I had worked with a lot of young people, or like people my age. I like for the 6 years prior to that, I'd always worked with people who were in their 40s and 50s and
real bosses.
Yeah, they were like crotchety old people from Hamilton, and it was a real sort of like working in the entertainment industry stuff. It was more like crotchety working class people.
Yeah.
And so when I started working at Cup of Coffee, it was like everyone was doing something in their spare time. Like everyone was like making short films, or they were animators, or they had some art project, and everyone was doing that kind of stuff.
Everyone has a 9 to 5 and a 5 to 9.
Yes, exactly. And it really sort of motivated me to like start doing
a 5
stuff.
to 9.
Yeah, completely.
And is the appeal too, like, because you mentioned the Zen garden, you mentioned like doing the signs or whatever. Is the appeal kind of getting out of the gallery?
I mean, the appeal is that there's, well, I mean, it's not exactly true, but there's absolutely no structure to it. There's no application. There's no waiting in line. There is quite a bit of like kind of like, I would say there's no rules, but there's definitely rules. I mean, not really with what I do, but in like graffiti culture, which is something completely like outside of what I do, which I'm totally foreign to, totally. There's always rules about stuff like that, about what kind of things you can paint over and shit like that. But I mean, I think that's why like the same thing, people who get into street art, or people who get into graffiti, is because it's like it's pretty free, like it's pretty open. There's very little. It's so immediate, and it's seemingly cheap too.
And it connects immediately in a way, right? Because like you said, with the street signs, people now start to notice them as they walk from work, from their home, all that kind of stuff. Whereas with art gallery stuff, you kind of got to go to the AGO. You have to physically go and then interact with it.
Yeah, I mean that's nice that it catches. You don't go to see it, like it sees you. I like the idea that you'll stumble upon this and not know. I think that's another reason why I think people like this project so much, is that there's this like treasure hunt aspect to it that is sort of propagated by the internet and by Instagram and stuff like that, and hashtags. That it's like a thing you can collect or
Like a
I
whole
don't
set
know.
or something.
Yeah, or a scavenger hunt or something. It's yeah, or like a trading card kind of. Yeah, like that kind of thing. You know. I don't know.
Your Instagram actually got what was it on the Rolling Stone list
Isn't
of
that funny? It
yeah,
did. I
list
have
of best
no idea
100.
why, because it's not that great of a feed,
Well,
to be honest.
they had to fill in 100, right?
I think what they did is they I don't okay, so they had 100, and I think they probably had a quota of like, okay, you know, we're gonna like put like Madonna and Kanye and like
a
whoever,
good 20,
yeah,
30 celebrities.
yeah, like the people who have like millions of followers, and I think they wanted to put in like, you know, like 15 or 20 people who had like under 15,000 followers or under whatever amount to sort of, you know, like we have our finger on the pulse of up and coming.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
He's got a lot of buzz.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trust us.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
Rolling
boy.
Stone.
Yeah, Rolling Stone fame here.
Yeah.
I got $250.
Yeah. Do you hope to do anything with them? Like take them all? Like now that you have all the photos and stuff, are you gonna bundle into a book or anything like that, or just gonna?
Actually, there's this one guy. I can't remember his name, but he says like his name is like Deer Hunter Photography or something like that online. He found them all like without my help, which is amazing. I think I had
collected the whole set.
Yeah, exactly. He did it. Holy shit! I think I told him where like 5 or 6 of them were or something like that. But so he's got these photographs. Like I photographed some of them with like high-res photos and everything. But this one guy's got all of them. I've thought about it, maybe approaching him, see if he wants to do that, have a gallery show or something like that. If someone's interested, I don't know. Could be cool.
Let's move on from that. That's a cool project, though. I appreciate that because
Yeah,
you're
man.
like funking up the city.
It is. Yeah, it's interesting to have. Like I said, I only started doing stuff like 4 or 5 years ago, and to be honest, it's like one of the few things I've actually done as an artist, like that is considered like not like fine art, but art for art's sake, not like a craft or something that was built for someone or something
Yeah,
like that.
and it's actually resonating with people. People like it. I see it all the time on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
for sure. So I mean that it's funny that it's like my my first or one of my first things, and it's like got so huge. At least, you know, a couple years ago when it kind of like exploded for that week or whatever. I was like, oh shit, like I'm so unprepared for this. Like people are like, oh, Neighborhood Watch, like what else you got? And I'm like, nothing.
And yet you're in Rolling Stone.
Yeah, well that's that is
See?
funny. That is very funny.
Do you consider yourself an artist then?
Yeah, I mean I do, but
That's
you know what though? I don't know. Like I do, but I straddle like a few worlds that are related to that.
Yeah, I want to get to the puppetry.
Yeah, sure, man. Let's talk puppets.
Yeah, puppets. How did you get into puppetry? Because that's a unique skill set.
Total fluke. When I was like a kid, like when I was in high school, like 14 or 15 years old, and they offered like the co-op program where you go volunteer somewhere to get school credits instead of having to go to school. I did one at a place called Famous People Players, which was like it still is. I think it's a Toronto institution.
Mm-hmm.
And this place they do black light puppetry, and the place is like primarily employed by people with developmental disabilities of one sort or another. And I wanted to be like an actor. I had no idea what that actually meant. And you're 15 years old. It just seems like something that's whatever. So I went there to do performance, and it ended up not working with time scheduling or whatever. So I ended up building puppets for them. And so like at 15 years old, I was going down like from Etobicoke to Lisgar to like Queen West, where the Drake is and all that stuff now, and it looked so fucking different.
It's a whole world when you leave Etobicoke, the suburbs, and then you go down.
Well, that too. But I mean, like different, like that neighborhood, like where Lisgar is now, looks completely different. Like the buildings demolished and all that stuff.
We don't keep a lot in the city.
No. They had a really nice, like a neon light facade and everything on the building too. It's too bad. But yes. Anyways, sorry. So we started doing that. Then I started working in theater stuff. I went to theater school, and like since 2004, I've been building. Like I do like special effects. I'll do magic tricks and like a lot of mechanical stuff too. But for whatever reason, like I end up building a lot of puppets. Like the place I mainly work at, they have the contract to do all the Lion King shows. Believe it or not, they're all made in Ontario. And there's like 6 or 7 shows around the world right now. Like it's like so. The show got so huge. It's crazy. Like how just how much of my like working life I've spent working on that show is crazy. We recently built stuff for Cirque du Soleil. We built some stuff for Radio City Music Hall. It was cool. I got to spend a lot of time in New York a few years ago. So, and then, like, after this, this whole thing blew up, I started building my own puppets out of cardboard and these big, like, hulking 12-foot tall.
The Toronto Public Library, the one.
Yeah, so that was super cool. Through Long Winter, which is like I guess you would just call it like an art party, but it's an organization in Toronto that throws like I think 4 or 5 parties a year in the winter months, and it's usually at the Great Hall, and they have bands and DJs and performances and performance art and all sorts of like disparate stuff. It's really cool, and through them I got a small little amount of money to make this puppet for one they had last year, which was outdoors on like the coldest night of the year. They decided to have, it turned out to be the coldest night of the year, like an outdoor fair. And so me and 3 of my now awesome friends and reliable puppeteers, I didn't know any of them before that. Yeah. It was great.
The cold bonds you.
Yeah, it really does. We ended up wandering around for a few hours there, outside, like around that place, around Lisgar actually, coincidentally. And then that was cool. I mean, it's always like one thing leads to another. It's really cool. So there, I met this dude called Tall Waist, this guy named Curtis Santiago, who's kind of getting pretty big right now. He's an artist. He makes these little ring box dioramas. He came up to us. He really liked the puppet, and he asked us to perform at the AGO for their their the massive fundraiser, which is like a yearly thing they do. It was pretty fancy for like more than I'm used to or whatever. So like me and my goofball friends are like walking around with this big cardboard puppet, and the cool thing was we actually got to go in the AGO too, and we were like barely fit. Like I'm so happy we didn't knock any priceless art off the walls.
It's a big size, like.
Yeah.
How tall is it exactly?
It's like 12 and a half feet tall or something, and it takes 3 of us to operate it and 1 person to push people out of the way.
That guy's very important.
Yeah.
The 4-arm guy.
Yeah. So and then after that we performed with it at the library again, and so that puppet's actually gone through a lot of use. We took it to the Blackout Parade, which is like a blackout anniversary thing that goes on in Toronto every summer. The big blackout in 2003, 2004.
It's been a while now. It's actually
it has been a while. Man, that was the worst. The day that happened, I had just had my wisdom teeth taken out the day before. So I was still living with my parents at the time, and I remember I was like playing video games, Secret of Mana for Super Nintendo. And why do I remember that? And the power goes out, and my mom opens the door to my room, and she's like, "What did you do?" Like assuming like the power's gone out, like I fucked something up or whatever.
Nintendo strikes again.
Yeah. So then it turned out the power stayed off for 2 days or 3 days, and so all my friends were like, "Oh, like beer's really cheap because everyone's trying to liquidate it because it's all going bad or going warm or whatever."
And you gotta get all the ice cream out.
And I'm sitting there at home like, my face hurts. I don't want to go out. That was so shitty because I hear nothing but amazing stories about what that was like for people, and I was in so much pain.
Well, maybe you can get a time machine and then go back, and then now you know.
I ain't going back.
Okay.
Not in the time machine. I'm only going forward.
That's
it's gutsy.
Forward thing.
It's gutsy.
Forward thinking, yeah.
Yeah, it's gutsy to go forward, but.
How far ahead would you go?
I would probably want to go while I'm still alive. Paradoxes and stuff aside, I would want to go to see how I'm doing. Not too far, maybe, just to see how I'm doing. And that's a loaded question, Sammy. To say how far would I go? It really depends. Can I go again, or is this a once in a lifetime thing? And how long can I stay for? There's a lot of variables in this.
I'll be mean about it. I'll give you a one-time.
A one-shot chance?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can go.
No. Oh man.
Because that makes it harder too.
That makes it really harder.
Yeah.
But if it's a one-shot chance and you promise safe return. Do I get to come home?
Fine, I'll compromise on that.
Okay, thank you.
But you have OHIP.
I will go 150 years.
Whoa.
Are we still okay? What do you think? We still around?
Some of us still live here on Earth, but most of us live on Mars.
Okay.
That's what I
Okay.
think.
Well, that's
I think
positive thinking. I
yeah.
was thinking more it would be like Road Warrior kind of.
I think the ones that are left behind here are Road Warrior.
Yeah.
And then-
Elysium type stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
like it's just the dregs and the poor people kind of got left
yes.
behind.
Yes. Yes.
And then the Richies with their SpaceX and all that
Uh-huh.
went to Mars. And
Goddamn SpaceX.
yeah. And so
think
we
it's-
got left behind. Not
Yeah,
that you and I,
yeah.
because I mean you're in
No,
Rolling Stone and
I'm
I
coming
got
back.
the show.
You promised me that I could come back.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Would you go into the future 150 years and leave a puppet and then come back? That'd be
Leave-
pretty cool.
Leave a puppet and then come back. Oh, I don't know, man. The future of puppetry might be might be some like shit I don't even recognize.
Yeah.
It's so advanced
Once the
and
technology kicks
experimental.
in
And yeah, it's like as soon as you show up, they plug you into the Oculus Rift headset.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
In the future, all puppets are digital.
We probably do need Elon Musk for puppetry. Somebody who's got like digital vision and just can kind of execute something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. There's some. That's I think something nice about puppetry. Maybe why people like it is that it's sort of.
Lo-fi.
So yeah, sort of lo-fi. It stays the same. It's all you know. Well, it's not all, but I mean, there's something about that immediacy of human-powered objects that I
Just
think people like. Or
Felt and googly eyes.
yeah. Oh, Felt and Googly Eyes. No, don't get me wrong. I love the Muppets and I love Felt and Googly Eyes, but I love like I guess it steps into like kinetic art stuff. Like I really like that kind of stuff. Like this guy, there's this Dutch guy named Theo Jansen who makes these, or Jansen, I don't know. He makes these things called strand beasts. He uses like a geometrical configuration and a cog with a peg on it to make these huge PVC sort of like monsters that walk themselves. They're powered by the wind. It's so cool, and they walk themselves along these beaches. That's cool. That's like inspiring to me. I love that kinetic stuff that moves, and mechanical stuff, and figuring that kind of stuff out. That definitely keeps me in puppetry.
Is that the goal, I guess, for 2016 to kind of start moving away from the lo-fi? Because you kind of celebrated a lot of the lo-fi.
Oh no, man! I'm lo-fi until I die. I love doing. I would like to. Oh, this is a cool thing coming up. I'm gonna be a maker in residence at Steam Labs, it just opened up. It's a maker space in Toronto. It's on Spadina.
When does that start?
I think for me, my little residency there is going to start at the end of February, the beginning of March. And that is going to be focused on a militia of cardboard puppets. It's cool. I'm trying to like get more into like being able to mass produce them and getting into using CNC and laser cutter and stuff, and have all these templates and things that are CAD files or 3D drawn files that I can really churn these things out. That's hopefully summer.
You also have the gallery coming up too, the gallery show.
Oh, the Galleria.
Yeah, Galleria.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be
at the end
right.
of the month, January 30th.
Yeah, that's what else you got on that piece of paper there?
Yeah.
You got some talking points.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, that's another long winter thing. So through last year, because we had so much fun last year. So we got in again this year, and this is different. This is not a puppet, but it's kind of appropriate. So the gallery, the Galleria Mall. So it's at Dufferin and DuPont. Like it's one of those old. It's another like nostalgia thing. It's been there. I think it's been there since the '60s. I'm not too sure on that, but it just looks like really dated. Like it's an old mall, but people who love that mall like really love that mall.
Yeah.
I think people really want to hang on to that, and like I think everyone understands it's got this like massive parking lot that's underused, and like it's. You can't expect anything in like a city or like prime real estate development to not get fucking bulldozed. But
Yeah.
I can totally understand like why people like that mall and everything. Like it's still totally like the Dollarama, the Shoppers Drug Mart, and or the Rexall, whatever it is.
It's
and
got the basic
Freshco.
needs.
Yeah, and oh shit, there's this place La Tunique. La Tunique or La Tunise? Shoot. They have all these sweatpants and stuff, and I got these awesome pair of sweatpants that fit me really well, and they were super cheap. And there's also a guy in there that fixes watches, like analog, or sorry, like mechanical watches. I had no idea, because he's in the back of like a dry cleaners or something. It's like the place, besides those three things I mentioned, the Dollarama and the other two, it's full of like mom and pop shops, right? And then some of them are empty, and there's like a Planet Fitness or something. But in the back of this dry cleaners, there's a guy fixing watches. Like no one does that anymore. No one like mechanical watch
Yeah,
fixing.
yeah.
Like it's such a no, it's like a dying trade, I guess, or whatever.
But it's also related back to the old days when everybody had a guy. There was a guy for
Oh,
like,
yeah.
mechanical watches. There was a
Yeah.
guy for, you know what I mean? Like you didn't just go to dry cleaning chain. You had a guy.
Yeah, or I mean, sending your now I'm assuming if you had a watch you liked or a nice watch, or I mean, I guess it's different if it was old, but that you would send it back to a manufacturer and they would fix it or something like that.
Yeah.
But someone who just has that expertise to, yeah, this was like similar in like back on when I was talking about Liscar in like 1998 or like the late 90s. It was all like appliance repair stuff. I mean that's a whole different
Toasters,
thing. But
TVs,
yeah, it's yeah. Anyways, the gallery mall is pretty cool, but they're having a big party there. There is, sorry man.
Yeah.
I digress. And we got a big. I'm making a big sculpture thing for it, which is going to fit into one of the archways, which is going to be super cool. I'm not sure about the lighting there. I hope they're able to turn all the lights off and stuff. And the acoustics is a kind of no one knows how that's going to sound either.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be a concert hall, but there's going to be bands and stuff. So that's going to be really cool. I got a big sculpture. Hopefully the lighting will look good, and there's an audio component to it too. It's fitting to the mall environment and the sort of shopping mall and parking lot ecosystem and all that stuff. Yeah, it should be pretty cool. It'll look good. Fun party too.
With the neighborhood watch, obviously, you know it's working because it's that nostalgia and people kind of resonate and they get the images right away when they see it.
Yeah.
How do you know something's working with puppetry?
I don't, and it's probably not.
How do you know it's like effective? I guess maybe effective is the best word. You know what I mean? It's like it's connecting.
Well, I mean, like the best. You know what though? It's just about like when people come up to you, like you know what? Actually, that's bullshit. The puppetry thing, like people love that fucking puppet. That big. So it's supposed to be Cab Calloway. It originally was going to be a Cab Calloway puppet. That would have been a really fucking dumb idea. But it ended up being like a Cab Calloway puppet that's a praying mantis. It's like a praying mantis Cab Calloway puppet. It's sort of like those old like rotoscope cartoons, and there's this one where Cab Calloway is a walrus, and he does Minnie the Moocher, I think. So it's sort of inspired by this and all these old things, or all this old footage of Cab Calloway like dancing and running around, and I really wanted to make a puppet based on that. So we made that for Long Winter, and we were walking around outside, like all up and down Dovercourt and around and across Queen, and so many people just stop and watch you and just like come up to you and be like, "What are you guys doing? Like, what is this? This is amazing!" Or they whip out their phones or whatever. And is that it? That's what it is. When people whip out their phones.
Yeah, that's a sign of success.
That's a sign of success. Yeah.
I have a friend of mine a few years ago. He was working at TVO, and so he got me into the polka dot door. And so the puppets were all there.
Oh yeah.
But the problem is it was between takes, and so the puppets are just lying there, and they're just like dead, and they're just on the floor, and it's just there's no life. And growing up as a kid, when you see them all live or whatever, and just seeing them all dead like that,
yes,
I left the set quickly because it's just
yeah, I don't want to experience it.
Yeah,
ruining
it's just,
it for me.
There's like I said, there's no life. So
yeah, I think a big thing too for me was what was it called? The Friendly Giant?
Friendly
Giant,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he's like, and here's 2 chairs someone could cuddle up on and get warm by the fire. And he had a giraffe named Jeffrey, I think.
I
and
think
a
so, yeah.
chicken. And he had a little chicken thing. That really blew my mind too, that show. They're playing with scale and the guy's head. It's like,
yeah.
can you imagine like pitching a show with like lower overheads? It's like basically the show's in a shoebox and my head hovers over it.
Yeah.
It's like, you know.
Good luck with
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I know. Even today's special, too, is just kind of weird. It's like the mannequin comes alive, except when his hat comes off.
Yes. Creepy stuff.
Yeah, I know.
Creepy
and then
stuff.
the security guard was a puppet.
Oh, man. I can put my arm back on. You can't. Like all those weird little PSA things and creepy stuff.
Why were they so creepy, you think? Like, because it is kind of, there is a weird strangeness to all of that. Like they were taking drugs or like.
Yeah.
There's something like.
I don't know if, if it's something about generational change or about parenting or about attitudes towards, like keeping your kids safe or sheltered or I don't know. it's hard to say if that is actually different or if there's more or less violence, more or less sex. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it'll be the same thing for every generation. Something was on TV that they think was weird.
Yeah.
I really have no idea.
You're going in the future anyway, so you'll let us know.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll come back. I'll
Yeah.
tell you if there's PSAs in the Road Warrior state. Yeah, I had no idea about that thing. What about on that thing? Do you remember? And if you don't, you should definitely look this up because it's the creepiest thing in the world.
What do you got?
It was this claymation short. I guess they animated all these Mark Twain stories.
I don't know what this is.
So there's all these Mark Twain short stories, and this one's called The Mysterious Stranger, and it's based on like a Mark Twain story. And these three kids go into I think a time machine or something. Oddly enough, I think they go into a time machine, and they go and they end up talking to this like devil guy. Anyways, you gotta look up this video. It's the creepiest thing. It like involves these three kids or these two kids like end up having a conversation with it's like a claymation thing. End up talking to Satan, but who's not actually Satan. It's more of like a philosophical sort of meditation on reality, I guess.
So
It's
random.
the weirdest thing. You gotta watch it because
Okay.
it's creepy as shit, and you'll be like, how did I grow up okay?
Was this one of the CBC TVO or was
I
it
don't think
Canadian,
so.
or
I
was
think
it-
this was an American thing.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not
Usually
totally.
when Satan shows up, that's more of an
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm not sure who produced that.
Yeah, but see, that's the weird thing. It's like you said, somebody went and pitched it. Somebody said, okay. Somebody wrote it.
This is fine.
Then adults went and directed it and produced it and budgeted it and then put it on. Like, at no point in this whole
How did
chain.
this, oh, dude, that kind of stuff happens. Well, that kind of stuff happens. I'm always fucking floored by how things actually get made. Okay, like someone posted this on Facebook. It was like this commercial that fucking Coca-Cola made in Mexico or something, and the premise of this commercial, it was like a Christmas like feel good commercial for Coca-Cola, and this group of like youthful people go to like an indigenous like I don't know if it's a reserve
Oh, yeah,
or
they're all
did you
like
see
white
this?
young.
Yes, and all these like white young people with
Yeah.
smiles on their face having a good
Western
time.
kids.
Yeah, exactly. They take like their pickup truck and like they build this big Christmas tree and like go share a Coca-Cola with like the indigenous community in Mexico. And I'm like, it's really offensive. It's really stupid. And that aside, you're like, how did this get made? Like, who's you
Like,
think
adults are along the way.
somewhere, like through the fucking chain of command at Coca-Cola, someone would have been like, hey, this is a bad idea.
Yeah.
Anyways, people are dumb, but suffice to say, yeah.
All right. Do you listen to a lot of music when you create your? I'm switching the gear.
No,
totally.
let's.
We went
sorry.
from like weird, creepy.
Well, I just walked by a Coca-Cola thing. It turns out did you see there's a Coca-Cola office right
Right
there?
here, yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to stick it to the man.
Yeah. You can go in and once we wrap this up, you can go yell
I'm
at
going
them.
to throw a brick through the
Yeah.
window. Yeah. Hey,
Just
what were you guys thinking?
Yeah.
A-holes.
Yeah. I'm so angry.
I'm going to post about this on Facebook.
Yeah. That's good though for an artist to have anger though, right? It's
You,
part of
yeah.
the, you
No,
gotta
sure. You have to be a
push back against the society.
person of extreme emotions, I guess, or
the emotional roller coaster.
yeah.
Strap
I don't
everybody
know.
in. and
It
then-
seems like it.
Yeah.
It seems like a lot of creative people I know are sort of like that, I guess.
Some days are better than others.
Yeah, sure.
So do you listen to a lot of music when you are working or making your puppets or?
Yeah, I can't not listen to music while I work. I think like one of my favorite things to work to is he's like a jazz guitar player named Bill Frisell. I really like that. He's got a lot of albums, and he does it's jazz, but it's not. It's like sort of more experimental. He uses a lot of loops and pedals and things like that.
Jazz is a broad term now. It's
Yeah,
not-
exactly. I mean, he's been making music, I think, since the late 80s or early 90s. But it's like jazzy blues kind of stuff. But what else am I listening to a lot these days? I don't know. I just got Spotify last week. I'm like a really late adopter of everything.
Yeah.
I'm always
still using the old
behind
VCR to,
everyone.
like, record
yeah,
shows?
Yeah, exactly. So I just got Spotify. What am I getting? I find myself getting all this old stuff that I listen to. I don't know. So when I was a teenager, I listened to a lot of KMFDM,
Yeah.
which was like early industrial music. It was kind of cool. It's got this really like dancey kind of element to it. So I got a lot of that the other day, which is kind of reliving my teenagehood, which is fun.
That's very experimental too.
Yeah,
They use
it
different
certainly
sounds
is.
and
Yeah, I mean, when I was a teenager, like it was nothing but punk rock, I guess, and the Misfits and the Clash were probably the
Yeah.
biggest things I listened to.
is
But,
that I guess where some of the do-it-yourself attitude kind of comes from then?
yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, I spent an inordinate amount of time as a teenager altering my own clothes, like putting patches on my clothes or whatever, sewing stuff or writing things on my clothes. So I definitely always had this sort of like crafty kind of like making stuff or doing stuff yourself kind of thing. But I mean, it's also really it's economical to live your life that way, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny you're talking about Spotify and like they have all the subway ads, especially around Queen Station.
Oh yeah.
And the band that they're advertising is the Beatles now on Spotify. And it's like
I've heard of them.
we've gone all the way from like 2015 to 2016, and it's like now you can listen to Beatles online.
Yay!
That's how far music has gone. It's
Yeah.
not like Timberlake or like Justin Bieber or anything like that. It's just like listen to the Beatles.
So the sad thing is, I did also download Rubber Soul last week.
There you go. See?
Yeah.
Does the music that you listen to kind of change what you actually make, or is it just kind of something in the
Oh
background?
yeah, I
Like
will
if you listen to The
definitely.
Clash.
Yeah, I mean, it won't change what I make, but I'll put on whatever. If I'm doing something that's like boring and repetitive, I'll put on something that's electronic and sort of like beat oriented and faster, like BPM.
Yeah.
And if it's something that's like slower and more sort of something I have to take my time with, and something that has a little more detail in it, then I'll put on something slower and probably more like acoustic or not necessarily acoustic, but something that's like softer and slower. But I tend to listen to things without lyrics.
Brian Eno kind of ambient.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, Brian Eno's pretty cool.
Very cool, actually.
Yeah. I had it's funny. I had a bunch of Roxy Music records too. I know it's not my favorite thing, but Eno was in Roxy Music, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was. That was where he got to start.
Yeah, right.
And it was kind of like that borderline Britpop, but also kind of not quite accessible to the mainstream. Some of it is just
Yes,
weird.
a little too weird. Yeah, what else we got here? I don't know. I guess it's the same thing as like the KMFDM sort of era. I was listening to a lot of White Zombie and stuff like that.
Yeah. So you do
I
match
don't
it
know.
to like the work that you're doing then.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely it gets into an intensity level sometimes with the music, but yeah.
That's great. So thank you for coming in. So we have the Maker Project. That's the residency.
Yeah.
And that'll, like you said, be in February. And then hopefully sometime in the summertime we'll begin to see new...
Yeah, more Neighborhood Watch stuff this summer. Maker in Residence in February. We got the Galleria Mall on the 30th. That's sold out, but if you can get in somehow, try to do that.
There's a Scarborough hole in every fence.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Yeah, and check out my website.
With the hit of
www.dcmism.com. Check that out. And yeah.
the Instagram. Plug the Instagram because you got all the pretty pictures.
Yeah, plug that. That's the same thing. DCMISM. Go there and like my photos.
All right. Thank you so much, Andrew, for coming in and just like hanging out and talking like 80s nostalgia and weird, creepy
Yeah,
TV
man.
shows and music.
Thanks
and
for the free
art
beers,
and,
Sammy.
like, yeah, we classed it up, eh? We talk about art and we talk about time traveling.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good day.